Awesome. All right, let me start the recording.
Right.
Hey, Emre.
Hi there.
How's things?
I'm preparing for my return back home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll bet.
A little bit nervous about it.
Are you? Does it look like you'll be able to go okay on schedule, or?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Well, good for you, I guess. Hopefully, you'll get settled back home in time to participate in the anniversary event.
Yeah, I think I will be settled until then easily.
Yeah.
But how do we want to do the meetings then? Because of the different time zones?
I guess we'll figure that out once you get home. Or you know what the time zone is there? I don't know that we've had people join in from Germany before, but it's probably, I don't know, dark right there now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like middle of the night, basically.
Yeah, 3 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know we used to do them like pretty early, partly because we have Callan who was in Germany as well. And we used to do them earlier to try to get him on there, but like it was pretty rare that he would ever join. Yeah. Yeah, I think the best that we can do, like when I'm doing, so if you're gonna be in Germany, and if we want to try to accommodate Angela in the US as well, then the only way I've successfully done that for work is to do 5:30 Japan time, AM, which I don't know if I'm gonna like. I don't know if I'd be willing to try to get up that early for a volunteer effort. I do it for Elastic because they. Yeah, I do it for Elastic because they pay me to do it, but yeah. But that works well, like because that ends up being like kind of late for EU, right in the middle of the day for North America, and like just early but not too terribly early for Japan.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that I would get up for it, but I think you're going to find that I miss more times than I make at that time of the day.
Yeah, understandable.
I think probably what we should sort of default to is just plan on asynchronous contributions. I'll continue posting the videos the way that I do. And then you can basically reply to those. And then like, if there's something where we, like real time makes more sense, then what I can do is, we can do like a one-off.
Case by case.
Yeah. And then if we do that later in the day, Japan time, then it becomes like a fairly convenient time for you, right? Like if we do it like 10 p.m. here, then that'll be not a bad time for Germany. Yeah, you'll be kind of like just getting your day started more or less.
Right.
So, but I don't think, like, especially with Sean on the West Coast, I don't think it makes sense to move this meeting to Japan nighttime. We could, but we would rule out the North American contingent by doing so. So I don't think we would want to do that, at least at this juncture. Maybe eventually, we'll see.
Well, so far we've got about 3/4 of us that actually participate regularly. Well, currently, almost all of us who participate regularly are in Japan, so it makes sense to do it in a Japan time zone. With Emre moving back to Europe, then we'll have to think about it. But
yeah, we do get Angela from time to time, so I don't know. We could do a late Japan time, but then Angela wouldn't be able to join. So we'd have to sort of pick one or the other. So, but in the meantime, I'll continue posting recordings, and we can do the async thing, and then do one-off Zooms or something like that.
We'll send a vampire to bite her and make her a night person.
You can become a night person.
Man, that'd have to be a real night person to make this meeting. Cool.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to save that late up.
Yeah. It's one thing, like I said, for the day job, if I'm getting paid good money for it, I'll wake up pretty much any time of the day. But volunteer is kind of a different story.
Thanks, Ryan.
Cool. So that being said, since you're trying to kind of wrap things up here, I think it would probably be good to push this to Dev. I was just waiting for Ato's work to get out of the way in Dev, but I think it's all set. Oh, this indentation still looks a little funky. Not a big deal, but
I thought I fixed it.
Yeah, looks like not this one, or maybe you didn't push it. That happens sometimes. But might want to take a look at that. And then the other thing was just I think code climate was flagging it, which I think like we could just go ahead and push anyway. But it looked like you should be able to add I think it's like a .code climate file.
Yeah, I did that too. Did I forget to push? I don't know.
Okay, yeah, because I don't see it in your PR. So maybe you just didn't push. Let's see. Oh, wait, no, you have this here. Oh, but you only have map kick, not high chart. So maybe it's flagging high chart. Because what I saw is that it was going red because it was seeing the high chart and map kick libraries and flagging those. So let's see what else we have here. Okay, so it's flagging this one. I had a feeling it might. And then this one as well is just because it's a lot of lines because it's a query. So maybe we could potentially just like push either way. I wonder if it's worth, because it has like a Rubicop enable thing. I wonder if we turn that on, it would start respecting, where was it? Because like you have, what was this one that I was looking at? You already have like a Rubicop disable on here. It might be worth trying to do this and see if that maybe causes it to also ignore this. Let me see if there's anything in here about specific files. Wonder if there's a way to tell it to like exclude a specific function, exclude method maybe. It seems like there must be some way that we can just say like, yeah, we know this method's long, but it's got like a big ass query in the middle of it, so we don't care. You know? Maybe we could just push anyway. But yeah, it might be worth trying to turn on the Rubicop engine and see if that causes it to pick up the Rubicop comment. Why don't you give that a shot? And oh, hold on a second. Disable engine, disable check. Is there something here? No. Yeah, we could just push it either way. Since Rubicop passes it, it's probably fine. Anyway, either way, let me push it to dev. You can see what you want to do about the indentation, and then once it's on dev, folks can kind of poke at it and then see if we're ready to push it or if there's anything else we want to do before we merge.
Yeah, one other thing I had met, it's the list now. Ray has been changing the TT surf. We cannot get the naming of the sensors in the sheet.
Yep. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff that's broken right now.
Very important. A lot of things are broken. It's not so nice.
Yep, I agree. Yeah, I have a PR open to like try to address some of that. But yeah, basically the changes, like I remember when Ray made those changes, I was like, oh, they're probably breaking. And then he said, oh, they look fine. And I was like, so I didn't worry about them until I think last week I noticed that they're definitely not fine.
The last 2 days till late digging into TT surf and no, he changed it to make it scalable. That's great, and that works nice for him, but not for us.
So yeah, basically I have this PR, which at least it'll ingest zeros. But the thing is, even with this PR, I seem to be still missing some devices, and I'm not sure why. So I need to dig.
This is important, but that's not my main point. My main point is that in the whole list, there's no way to filter out in the device stories list to see the where they are. I mean,
yeah, because we don't get that data anymore from TT Serve.
No.
Yeah,
and if we can regenerate the files from the lot and LAN a lot, so I sent a link before. It's like a geolog, and if we can implement that, that will be great.
The other thing we could do is like a very short-term thing is that when we used to have the naming information, what did I see here? Let's see here. I was like, the column should be there. Yeah, last location name.
Yeah, we have it in the API. There's no problem. But the problem is that how to fill it up.
You won't be able to. Yeah, we're gonna have to implement. It's like a reverse geo lookup. So someone's gonna have to build that. Yep.
But that seemed to be not so hard. I sent you a link for Ruby code for it.
Yeah, but I just mean someone's gonna have to sit down and do it. My guess is it'll take a day or so of
Isn't that a forward lookup, a direct lookup, not a reverse?
I thought it's because geocoding is where you take a word and turn it into a lat long, right? We want the inverse of that.
Right, we want long and give
we have a lat long and we want to put a name against the lat long. So I think it's called reverse geocoding. But yeah, this is why it's going to take some time.
The only good thing is that if you look at the safecast.jp file, sorry, I made a test for the node, the air nodes. They come with location automatically, so we can
okay.
That.
Is the
Safecast.
What field is it? Do you have a number or something I can look for in here?
But if you go to the list I made, you can see it.
The list you made. Where's the list you made?
Hold on. If you go to
is it in here somewhere?
safecast.jp.
Oh, this one. This one?
Yeah, that list. Oh, there's no link to it. And it's called all devices, I think. I made a new one.
Oh, okay. Can you send me a link?
Oh, no. This is correct. This is correct.
Is this it?
Location,
okay.
Country, and location name.
Okay. So we do have lock name and lock country now as new fields. Okay. And then those get populated by the air node data, I guess. From
those
the
are
tower
scalable because they come from Node Hub. So they're fine.
Cool.
Yes, you're right. It is called reverse geocoding to put a toponym on a lat long.
Yay. Cool. So if TTServe has given us these, then we can pick those up.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That already you have some.
Yep.
But that's for the old. If the air node and the rat node comes on air, they will have that in there.
Yep. Cool. So we can do that. That's easier than trying to figure out how to implement reverse geocoding. Because I don't think hold on a second. You sent it somewhere. I know I saw that link, but I forget where it was. Was it in here? No. So many channels. In here. Anyway, the last time I looked up reverse geocoding,
there's a place, geonames.org, that offers an API that looks like it's really simple.
There you go. Reverse geocoding. That's the one, I think. No, it's not the one. This is
try.
There is a GitHub for it. There is.
Try geonames.org. Looks like they've got a simple API that.
Well, the thing that would be even better is if PostGIS can do it for us, which I didn't think it could, but this does. I mean, this is reverse geocode, so in theory it should work.
Although we don't necessarily need to go from a lat long to an address. We'd like to go to just like a
city or something.
Town name or neighborhood name.
Yeah, that's fine. Town name is fine. I mean, then it's much easier to sort things out. If we could do that, that would be great. Because then that makes the list scalable and automatic. We don't have to fill in the names.
Yeah. I think, I don't know, city name is probably adequate.
Yeah, I think so. That should be enough. I think so.
Although we wind up with a whole bunch of them that all just say Tokyo in that case.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, it looks like our PostGIS might not have it.
Pity.
Yeah, so we'll have to figure out what the deal there is. Because it doesn't. It's just giving me. Yeah, I already have PostGIS in my path, so. Yeah, so this would imply that our PostGIS installation doesn't have it. So we have to figure out how to get it into our PostGIS installation, or see if we can use something like this. But it's just going to be a new dependency that we'll have to navigate and figure out how to talk to and all that sort of stuff. So,
yeah, but maybe this works. Can you check this one? I sent a link in the chat.
oh yeah, cool.
Alex Reisner, geocoder, yeah.
Which chat? Oh, the Zoom chat.
Zoom chat, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I sort of like just ignore the Zoom chat because it's not persistent. Once we close it down, it's just gone. So
that's true.
I'll just put it there for other people. Cool. Maybe we can just use this then.
Because it works on Rails and it works on Ruby.
Yeah, interesting. I wonder how this works. Databases. I wonder if it actually maintains its own database. I'll have to figure out where that comes from.
I think also Ray has a flat-based database for that too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyway, it's possible. You know, it'll take some time to make it happen. Especially if, you know, it looks like this probably stores the data in our own database, so we'll have to figure out how to keep that up to date and all that kind of stuff too. So cool.
Because this is scalable, because then we have a name and address and we don't have to fill in everything. And
yeah, agreed. Here. Cool, added.
Okay, good, great.
We can take a look at it. But yeah, in the very short term, actually just parsing what's coming back from ttserve is like not working correctly to begin with. So I need to get that fixed, because without that, we're not going to be able to even import new devices. The table is just going to be stale. So Ray's changes from yesterday might have fixed that, but that's what I need to try to work out.
Yeah, the lot changes from
because we were. Yeah, I had this open. Well, what he did is he made sure that we shouldn't see a 0. I had this PR open. It looks like Ato gave me a review yesterday. So so I sort of did the same thing, where originally we were skipping devices that had 0, just assuming there was something wrong with them. So if we saw a 0, we weren't putting in a device story for that one. But this PR takes that out. So regardless of what it says on lat long, we'll import it either way. So cool.
Somebody mentioned that with some of the sensors I was working with this last week was sending partial location, like 0 in the latitude, but not 0 in the longitude.
Well, so I wasn't seeing that. What we did see is I saw 0.003 and 0.009 on which device was it? I think it was the one that you were working on. It was the 10,009.
So off the coast of Ghana, but not.
But not perfect 0. Yeah, because what I was doing was I was pulling a map. Yeah, actually, that's another thing that I can probably show off here. I probably should before we run out of time. Is I did manage to build a map of API data and all that stuff for that device, which is this one here. And then the reason that I noticed it is I was, you know, I basically wanted to plot the location of this device, and I was still getting some Ghana points, even filtering out 00. And then I looked, and there was like a 0.003, 0.009.
I wonder where that came from. Something.
Yeah. It was like very close to 0, but not 0.
Some rounding up errors, I think.
Yeah, but it's some kind of something trying to filter and rounding or adding some digits. I don't know. That shouldn't happen. I mean.
Oh, you know, but now that I'm looking at this one, it doesn't. It must have been a different device, because this one doesn't have it on the query.
But by the way, this great work, Matt. I really appreciate it. This is beautiful.
Yeah.
What is this pointcast history? Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah, it's great. Because it's got different devices there. You see that?
Yeah. So this is the ngeigie. This is the old ngeigie data. This is the pre. This is the pre-ingest pointcast data, and this is the post-ingest pointcast data.
So this is the one in Tomioka.
Yeah.
This is one in Tomioka. Yes.
Yeah,
Great.
and this is going back to 2014.
none of the devices there have ever had a GPS. So it can't be that, settings, getting the zeros in there.
No. For some reason, I thought it was this one. It was a different device. I'll have to go find it. Yeah.
I noticed that the main page at grafana.safecast.cc, which was air data, now says air data and radiation. And
I think Rob was working on that.
Yeah, and it includes a bunch of the data points from my geigie Nano, which I thought was sending to dev only. So what's going on with that?
Yeah, I was surprised to see them in there too.
Oh, it's got drive data on it.
Yes. There you go. We see Joe going live.
Nice. That's fun.
I promise I was just parked outside that strip club. I wasn't actually.
You had flat tire. Huh? Go in.
Anyway, what we might want to do is just take the cast data off of this, which should be pretty easy to do because the geigiecast should have its own. I'm pretty sure it has its own device class.
Yeah, it has its own device class. That one has. Yeah. The SolarCast Nano doesn't have it. It's not so nice. I mean.
Yeah, because it's just safe. The SolarCast and the SolarCast Nano are both just SafeCast, right? Like they're not. They don't have their own class.
They're not separated. I really didn't like that. So this morning I put in the whole exception list on the map for it.
Yeah. So geigiecast has its own class.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's easy enough. I can even do that right now. You can basically just do and not device class.
I feel a little bit like the guy who put lemon juice on his face to rob a bank.
Why?
Because I left exact trails of where I was all this last week.
I can imagine you.
If somebody wonders, hey, how did those sensors get there in the zone?
That should be it. Let's see. Yeah.
Yeah, it should be out there. Yeah.
These I would guess are that's a point cast. I would guess these are SolarCast Nanos probably.
Yep.
Yeah. So cool. Yep.
Where does that string SafeCast, on the SolarCast Nanos come from? Does that get broadcast by the device itself?
I think TT-Serve works those out.
TT-Serve makes that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes it out of the incoming data.
Okay.
I have a hard stop in about 6 minutes.
If the SolarCast and the SolarCast Nanos were distinguishable.
Yep. They are distinguishable. If you see in the code of TT-Serve, you will see there's filters for that, but Ray didn't implement it.
Okay. So who's making these Grafana templates? Who's our main author for those?
Matt and Rob. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Is it feasible for me to look into making my own for custom uses that I want to do?
Oh, yes. I mean, I'm not sure. Do you have access to it?
Yeah. Just click the sign in with GitHub link. Yep.
Okay.
What were you saying, Rob?
No, I was just checking with Joe if he has a GitHub account.
I have a GitHub account. Yeah. Do we have? Okay. Is there a get started pamphlet? Grafana for Dummies.
There
you go. Okay.
No, it's not so hard. But make a copy and save.
That's probably the easiest thing. Is just copy.
Yep.
Yeah.
I want to try to put some presentation things around it. Specifically, I mean, my interest in a lot of the sensors is different than the average user because I'm trying to maintain them and figure out which ones are doing certain things that are not directly related to what most the intended use is, which is to actually see the radiation data.
Yeah. So, one thing, once you get logged in here, Joe, this is just a convention, but you might want to make one of these folders for yourself, and then that way you can just put whatever the heck you want in there. And it shouldn't be seen by anyone unless they explicitly go looking for it. So in which case they can probably have a poke at the dashboard.
Well, I'll probably start with copying some of yours and editing them as opposed to going from
that's
scratch.
easier. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And for that, Grafana is an open source project, so it should have everything you need out on the documentation pages. But looks like this one's not working perfectly. But this save as button.
My language though.
Yeah.
It's written for coders.
Yeah, true.
Not hacker.
No, it's not true. It's a half coders and half graphic. So.
Says the coder.
Said the coder. No.
Joe, let me know, or just let anyone in the channel know after you log in for the first time, because you're gonna, by default, you're just gonna come in as like a viewer. So someone will just have to bump you to editor after the first time you log in.
Okay.
I can do it. Rob can do it. Looks like Ray can do it. So yeah, just throw a note in the channel.
Oh, it looks like even Colin can do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all can do it.
yeah, pretty much. So yeah, just let me know. Cool. Yeah, that'd be fun to have you poking around there, Joe. All right, I need a break in 3 minutes. So Emre, I'm gonna deploy your latest PR to Dev so people can take a look at it. But other than that, it's probably pretty good to go. It'd be nice if we could get those code climate problems out of there, but if not, we could merge anyway. So see what you can do about those in the meantime. If you can't work anything out, then whatever, we'll just push it. And, yep, that's
all right.
Dev. Pretty sure it's 772. So cool. It should be up in a little bit, and we can try out all your fancy maps and graphs.
Yeah, like to see them.
Nice.
Yep. All right. Oh, and Ato has image support in prod now too. So I haven't played with it yet, but you know, if you have a device that you have a picture of, for example, and you want to upload a picture, that would be.
You can upload it. No.
Yeah, it'd be a lovely time to test that sort of feature too, since he literally like just deployed it. So, you know, Rob, if you want to take some pictures of your AirNote or something like that, you can post them and you can play with it. Yeah. Cool. All right, let's wrap it up. I gotta get to my next meeting, and I'll let you know in the channel once the graphs are up on Dev.
Okay, good. Okay.
All right. Have a good one, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.